Hello, my name's Nicholas Claridge, and
My name is Albert McCarson from Action Youth Boxing Intervention. The reason why we started this project is to help young people to identify issues that they may be struggling with that lead them to take negative and frustrational responses to behaviour.
the problem that we'd like to tackle is gangs, knife crime, and irrational behaviour.
Yeah, these two young boys was murdered not less than 5 minutes away from where we're actually sitting and enjoying ourselves. And these stats and statistics are very alarming, but the real issue is when you wake up in the morning and you see mothers and families crying in the street, in the local community, that's when the impact really hits home. So just for a second, you just close your eyes and think that of someone that you love or you know closely as being murdered by a knife crime. Could you just do that for 1 second? So that way, maybe the impact can hit home to how we feel the devastation in our community. Thank you. Cheers.
Our aims to help young people already in gangs to realise that there is another way and to help them find a way back into education, training or work, to help young people that are at risk of falling into gangs, to stay in education and leave school with their GCSEs, and also to help young people that are in education not to be seduced or bullied into gang life. There's a new threat now, which are called the teenies, and this is where gangs are targeting primary school aged children. So this is children that are aged 8 to 11. One example of this is how it might work is the chicken dinner. So a gang member will befriend a primary school child and he'll be their mate, and then he'll say, I'm going to buy you a chicken dinner. And so they go and they get a chicken dinner, and then the next day the person that brought in that chicken dinner will then say, you owe me this much money, I want my money. And if they don't have the money, they start getting intimidated.
Yep, so
and food.
So evidence there's this, that's why there's a lot of issues with holiday hunger. You know, during half-term time, a lot of families are on school and dinners and can't afford for activities like play schemes and providing an adequate meal. So these young people then are very vulnerable and are coerced into criminal activities.
And also young people are obviously influenced. I work in secondary and primary schools. Last week I was working with an 11-year-old, or two 11-year-olds, and they were telling me that they were taking selfies with an older man wearing a balaclava, and they thought it was pretty cool. Yes, and now, there are two types of gang members. You've got
the imitators and you've got the initiators. The initiators, sometimes people think they're bad people, you know, they just want to make them money, but sometimes these young people come from complex needs backgrounds and have very hardcore lives. So sometimes it's a block, it's a defense mechanism for them, a way of coping. It's not right as a way of coping. So what we do is help young people to identify their needs so that they can then find resilience to move on with coping mechanisms that we provide and help them to identify through self-empowerment. Imitators, the young people, they could be black, white, from middle class backgrounds, any backgrounds. You're all aware of country lines. You have people travelling to rural district areas, selling drugs. Young people watching social media, they find it cool. The gang lifestyle has this poor trade in our society to be cool, things is cool. So this is what is happening, and that's why we're getting into schools early and trying to nip it in the bud with positive role models that have actually lived that experience and can tell them the truth. What we're doing, our Saturday sessions, they are a referral based, and we also have a drop-in. We use boxing to engage the young people to work out frustration, to learn how to control aggression and learn discipline. We also deliver work in schools, our Real Talk intervention program. It's an alternative to detention, giving young people a chance to work through frustration, then sit down and talk about thoughts, feelings and any issues that they might have and work through that.
We've worked with more than 400 young people over the last 18 months. We're going to, because it has actually, we've run out a little bit of time, we can go back on some of these slides in the Q&A session, which will tell you more about our programme. But we've got a young person here, Amani, that's completed our programme, and she's now studying sports science at university. And India, a young lady that's here.
She's here today.
Okay.
Stand up, please, India.
She's now running her own boxing classes. And what we need to train more mentors like India and Amani. But we also desperately want to develop our work with schools, especially the primary and early secondary intervention or prevention, because this is key. This is going to cut off these tragedies that are happening at the source. A 12-week programme to train a mentor costs £300. A 6-week programme costs £1,200 to work in schools, working with groups of 8 to 10 pupils. We also want to work closer with parents.